Good morning. Good morning. No longer in the hospital. Yeah, I thought I was having an outpatient thing, but anyway, not a big deal. I was prepared to be inpatient as well. I listened to my guidance. I packed a bag. I had everything I needed. In fact, yeah, I had exactly everything that I needed. Um, and I followed my guidance actually to do that. There was one morning that Spirit got me up at dark 40, and it was well before when I was supposed to go to work. And yeah, I packed my bag and had everything ready, and I just kept following my guidance, honestly, to prepare for an amazing, um, yeah, healing. The healing that I have received, I cannot tell you. Um, I have, obviously supports for my back and whatnot to help me get, uh, my body to recover. But all the pain that I was in before is gone. And yeah, I can't be more grateful. It took a lot of trust to do that and to follow that wisdom, that higher wisdom. And I'm telling you, the small voices that tell you to wear the purple socks, not the black socks. To get up when you think you should be sleeping. If you just trust and we trust and lean into that, our lives become, yes, magical. They become full of wonder. We appreciate things. And mostly because we appreciate ourselves. We appreciate the fact that we listened. That's your higher wisdom telling you to wear the purple socks, not the black socks. These are your guides. So we'll do a reading for today. I'm using the Giant Rider-Waite Tarot, and we already have 2 cards coming out. The Hierophant. It's funny, I was going through the Transparent Tarot yesterday a little more, and to learn and understand them. As I said, it's a new deck for me. And there was a card that came out that I didn't understand, and come to find out, it was the Hierophant. So we have the Hierophant today. Again, this is listening to higher wisdom. This is knowing and leaning into the structures, leaning into faith. Maybe there is a faith. Maybe sometimes we struggle with faith. We struggle with, I had a discussion in a fellowship that I belong to, and the topic was about how to trust that there is a higher power. And mostly, I think a lot of us struggle with that. And one thing that resonated with me was that if I lean into a higher power and I, lean into a voice that isn't my limited logic, that I'm giving up, that I'm not doing, what I'm supposed to be doing. And so this is on offer to kind of reflect on and consider today. And it's a major arcana. So this is a major theme that we definitely want to consider. Higher power is definitely here to support and serve us. Sometimes the road is a little difficult and bumpy because a reel I loved, and I might repost and share on my own Instagram and Facebook, was about how, when we move towards things that are important goals, there are things that we have to leave behind, and because they just aren't in alignment with where we need to go. And that can be a little bit hard to follow that faith voice, to move into that higher wisdom that you hear, but maybe no one else is hearing. And you might be getting some real criticism here on planet Earth, about the choices that you're making. And the King of Cups is coming up along with the Hierophant, saying that, your creativity is well, listen to your creativity. You make decisions to follow the creative paths and projects that you want to do. Listen to what delights your, that delights your heart and really ignites your passions. This is a king, so it's got that masculine energy, but it's the king of cups. So this is something that, it's got that masculine, that push to follow, and I noticed when I was looking at the astrology, there are a lot of eights on the board today. Like the North Node is at 8, the South Node is at 8, Venus is at 8 in Aries. So we're, and also I think Mars is also at 8 in Pisces. So we've got a lot of eights on the board. So there might be a little push pull, like, oh, should I follow this creative voice? And the King of Cups is here to say on the daily basis, this is a daily basis thing. So while this is the major arcana and this is the major theme behind what we do on the daily, Spirit is here to serve you and follow that creative voice, follow those passions, because this is where you're going to have that fulfilling life, that emotionally fulfilled life. And in your own, this is a king. Like this isn't the queen. This isn't a page or a knight or a less mature. This is a court card. This might also represent someone in your life who you admire, and this too, again, somebody who you admire, somebody you look up to. Look to those mentors who are doing the things that you want to do with your life. Take notes and start moving forward, because they're like, Uranus is also at 28, I think, in this sign of Taurus, and it's aspecting other planets on the chart. You can look at like astro. What's the one that I look at? Anyway, it doesn't matter, but there are tons of ones to look at. But you can look at the chart, and Uranus is there, and that's at a 28, which is a high number of this one. This is a card of Taurus. Uranus is in Taurus, by to the 28th degree of Taurus. 28 adds to a 10, to an 8, and that's double the 5 that's of this Hierophant. 10 is the number of Taurus, and so you're netting a 28 with Uranus. So Uranus is asking you to, make changes, to do something, to make the changes that you want in your life, to definitely follow those creative endeavors. Like even doing this reading today, like I had ideas about picking up a card, what I was supposed to do like before, but I was definitely feeling the push. No, do the reading. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do this and that and the other thing. And it was actually some meditation and some prayer work, but I was just getting the push to like do the reading. So let's see what other cards are coming up, and again, being in abundance is also being in gratitude, like appreciating all that you have done, like appreciating, how much higher power, and when you follow that higher wisdom, you actually are held, and you find the capabilities to and the strength to meet that next step. And it's not just like silly things. Like I came home last night from the hospital, and I was like, I was actually like, wow, I'm not in that kind of pain. And I was ready to come home. Like I was a little anxious, but I was like, I felt this underlying strength, and it was not coming from my own ideas. It was coming from, and I just had to be in praise. I had to be in praise that, I listened to, whatever higher power it makes sense to you. Mine is God, mine is Jesus, mine is my guides, Kuan Yin. I have a whole group. My nani, my grandmother is the guide that sits on my shoulders, and all of these voices are around me. And if I lean into them and listen and get quiet, I always find the way to the right. I always find the way, and I'm held. And sometimes it's not always perfect, because what, I'm involved, right? So like I said, I get some kind of stuck up in my own ideas about how things are supposed to go down. But if I just listen and I put things down and I just like start doing the reading, guess what? Cool things might happen. So, oh yeah, Ace of Pentacles. So this card didn't come up yesterday, but I was feeling its presence. It was actually and by the way, it was the Queen of Pentacles. When I was looking at it, it really is the Queen, and some of the printing on that deck, because of the type of material the deck is, isn't as clear. So I'm going to work with it a little bit more. to get more familiar. But the Ace of Pentacles is coming in, but I kind of I felt it coming in, and that's why I said, like, if you see something and it looks like something to you, go with it. And this again goes back to following your higher wisdom. Follow that inner thread, that inner golden thread. I felt the need to wear this kind of gold sweater today, like, you know what I mean, and just let my guys pick my underwear out for, you know what I mean? It's like, it's really, it's an interesting, fun way to live when and it's, it's not like you're giving up it. You're actually participating, and you're making your life a heck of a lot more fun. And so we have this on offer, the Ace of Pentacles, and it's giving you, we are given this golden gift, this golden thread from higher power. This is a hand from heaven, and it's giving it's giving us something, something that we actually already possess. This isn't something that you didn't have before. You might not have noticed it as much before, but you're noticing it now, and it's here and on offer. And so, the Hierophant is the sign of Taurus. This is a grounding card. So this is also an earth out. These are earth elements, both of these. So these are things that are happening, and you might notice it happening. Watch as you move throughout your day. Like, how did that Ace of Pentacles play out? It's an Ace of Pentacles isn't a time to like go forward and make decisions. There's a lot of eights on the board, which which would require, which are asking us to make commitments and make decisions. But I would suggest that our actions be small, small gestures. Again, this is another card of gesture. If you remember our queen yesterday, she was holding her hand out with a pentacle in it. Again, this is a gesture. And so this is a, gesture of forgiveness, a gesture of let's start afresh. Let's, maybe you're starting afresh in a project, but it's the small things. And an ace, an ace is the beginning of the minor arcana. So this is like something that's just gaining some traction, and it's one pentacle. It's not like, this bounty of pentacles that we see in the 10 or the 9, that kind of thing. So this is something that's, again, going to get you started. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope this helps you make sense of some of the energies around you. And if you like, share, or subscribe, it helps the message get out to more people. If you directly share it to somebody, also does the same thing. And if there's something that resonates and you think someone needs to hear it, by all means, send this right out. Don't second guess yourself, just do it. That's the thing. Don't second guess. And what was I going to say? I will post this on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you want your own reading, direct message me on any of those platforms, and we can set something up for you. I hope you have a great day, and thank you. I love you.